What are you training today?
So today is a contrast session. So a mix between kind of like weight exercises and then body weight explosive plyo type stuff. So we go through, at the moment my program is 3 strength sessions a week. So Monday, Fridays look like kind of heavier, like full strength base, and then Wednesday's a contrast session, so a bit of a mix of the both.
Are you training for anything specific?
Yeah, I guess right now just training for the netball season. So we've just started club season. We started on the weekend, and we're technically into what this year is considered our pre-season for Blast. So yeah, I guess just training specific, fully netball specific at the moment.
And what teams do you play for?
So I play club for University Albion. I'm in the Prem 18 there, and then I've just made the squad for the Blast NNL team. So that's our like Southern Zone team. So yeah, just in the wider training squad for that.
Have you made that team before?
Yeah, I have. So I was in there as a training partner in 2023 before I got injured, and then yeah, just returned to play last year.
What do you do for work?
So I'm just qualified as a massage therapist, so kind of starting out in the industry there, which has been really cool.
And you say you're studying?
Yeah, so I'm studying full-time, technically, to get further qualifications. So I finished a diploma in massage therapy last year, which gave me the qualification, and then I'm taking it into an applied sciences degree. So in that I do advanced exercise and massage therapy, so I get to kind of study that exercise side of things as well, which I've always been really interested in. So yeah, that'll hopefully post-grad let me maybe look into some exercise physiology type stuff, kind of how the body moves and what it's doing while it's moving, to allow athletes, specifically, it's where I want to go into, is kind of that high performance sports zone, how it allows them to perform essentially.
So is that like the ultimate goal in the future?
Yeah, so ultimate goal, I'd love to travel as a massage therapist with a like a high performance team. But yeah, kind of looking at how I can merge that exercise side of things into massage treatment as well. So kind of like a middle ground almost between like physio and just like hands-on massage.
What about netball? Is that in the cards or?
Yeah, just kind of playing to play, I guess, just see how it goes. I never really kind of had a specific like outcome goal with netball. I always just kind of played because I loved it, and that's why I still play. I just still love it. I'm lucky enough to have been selected for some higher level teams, I guess. But yeah, just kind of playing because I love it and just see what happens as it comes, really.
How did you get into fitness?
I've just kind of always been a real active kid. I was always, I guess growing up I was just that one that did absolutely everything. I literally did every sport under the sun. Anything I could basically fit in. Poor mum. Yeah, I just we were real sporty as a family. So just doing sports and stuff growing up, and then I guess I never really got into the gym or anything until when did I start gymming? Probably when I made that squad in 2023 or end of 2022, made the initial squad. And that was the first time that I'd ever been given like a proper kind of gym program to follow. I'd been in the gym little bits here and there for a couple of years, but I'd never really had a real program or like an actual gym thing that I was doing. I was just kind of trying to work out how to use machines and stuff. It was probably really unproductive, but yeah, I would say literally just through sport has been my main kind of like fitness path, I guess. Yeah.
And your training programs, do they come from your coaches?
Yeah, so we have we have S&Cs, so strength and conditioning coaches through Blast. And then even when I was kind of around, I wasn't in the squad necessarily last year, I was lucky enough to just be able to keep using the programs that we'd been programmed. So yeah, they kind of we just get them programmed for us, and they're all based around and structured around different times of the year, different times of the seasons, if we're off season, pre-season or in season.
On this little stage here, it's not that good.
Can you share a memorable breakthrough moment?
Oh, that's a tricky one. I guess netball wise, probably making that that squad as we called it, we were named Emerging Talent, which essentially was just training partner squad. Probably making that in 2023 was pretty awesome. I just moved down here from up home, so I'm originally from Wellington. So I was coming down here for university, so I came down early, just really put my brave pants on and came down early to try out. I was invited to try out, I was invited to trial for the squad. So I think making that fresh out of school and in a new place where I didn't really know anyone was pretty awesome. Gym-wise, I don't know if I would have any breakthrough moments. Yeah, I don't know. I just gym for netball and sport really. So nothing really like PR-wise that I could think of. And then we were lucky enough to train in a high performance in 2023. But yeah, I was also injured, so my gym was really altered. So yeah, I wouldn't say I have any breakthrough gym moments or anything.
What does your typical training day look like during the week?
At the moment it's really varying because we're kind of just kicking in to training now for kind of Blast and netball, I guess. So I guess right now I've actually just started doing 75 hard, just kicked that off. Not as like I guess not your typical 75 hard. It's kind of altered to fit in with being in season for one netball team, pre-season for another, and just really making sure that I have that balance. So for me, I guess that like the 75 hard kind of just looks like really good fuel, really focusing on my nutrition and making sure that I'm fueling my body for the training that I am doing. So with the 2 45-minute workouts, one of them might be a netball training. So we train as a squad. We have team trainings Tuesday, Thursdays, and then either like gameplay on a Saturday. And then club-wise, we were training 2 days a week, but we're not training club at the moment now that we're coming into season for Blast. So I guess my typical training day would look like gym. I gym Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. So on a gym day, it would be gym in the morning and then, or in the afternoon, just where I can fit it around work and study. But typically I'm a bright and early morning trainer. I like to get up early and kickstart the day. And then on those gym days, it'll either be a low controlled bike session or a walk, just like a nice cruisy walk. Just making sure that like I'm getting those sessions in, but I'm not overloading my body, making sure that I've got good recovery processes in there as well. And then course schedule changes every day, and so does work. Being in clinic, it's just whenever I have clients book in or not. So day to day, every day looks different really. But yeah, just working out how to find that balance at the moment while I'm merging 3 or 4 different calendars. So just finding that balance, making sure I have time to just relax and catch up with friends as well.
What day are you on 75 hard?
Day 2.
Day 2?
Yeah, so I literally just started. So I literally just started with that. It was just kind of a way for me to, I've been really wanting to start getting into journaling, especially coming into netball season and stuff. It can get pretty heavy and full on, so just trying to learn how to kind of write that all out, I guess. And make sure that when I am showing up to training or I am showing up to team meetings and game day especially, that I'm there 100%, my mind's not overloaded with a whole bunch of different stuff.
Have you ever had any like major setbacks or injuries?
I have, yeah. So 2023, I guess the biggest setbacks, 2023, at the end of pre-season, I was playing a game netball, went over on my foot. Being me or being I just got up and I was like, no, it's fine, it's just a stinger. Walked it off, did the typical like I'm not really injured, jumps around. And then it turned out that I had cooked my foot, basically would be the best way to put it. So I did like bone damage to the talus. I damaged a tendon into my foot and up into my calf, and damaged a cartilage joint within my foot. So I ended up being out with that for 10.5 months. So that was 2023, so that took that entire season away. I didn't play a game that year. And then I returned, came back, and then I was into round 5 of last season. And I started getting this really sharp, stabby pain in my leg. And I ended up with a stress fracture into my tibia. And so I ended up, that took away the rest of the season. I didn't play again. And then I kind of came back from that really slowly. It took a really long time to heal. So I came back real slow from that. And then Saturday this season, Saturday was my first game of the season. It was my first game back in 9.5 months other than trials. So 2 back-to-back big ones. My leg was caused by my foot. But yeah, 2 really big ones back-to-back, which were really testing. It was quite,
How was how you played the other week?
Yeah.
How was that? Was that always in your mind, like your past injury, or?
I wouldn't say my leg was necessarily in my mind. It definitely has been. Going into trials, it definitely was. I hadn't set foot on a netball court in 9 months when it came to trials. So going into trials, it was definitely on my mind. Definitely noticed I was quite hesitant in my play and within myself. When it came to going for ball, I definitely held back quite a bit. And I think, the nerves were definitely there on Saturday. I'd been feeling a bit nervous leading into the game, and then we kind of got into team huddle, and I could have been sick. I was so nervous. But once I got on court, I was playing with one of my really good friends as my defensive partner, and got onto court, and it was fine. I had no issues with it whatsoever. But yeah, definitely played on the mind. I think a lot more than it actually was going to be playing on the body.
If you had any advice for someone in the same boat as you, what would you say?
Gosh, I think the biggest thing, or probably 2 really big things. One would be give your body the time that it needs to recover. Let it recover fully, and do everything you can to allow that to happen. It's really testing, going from training at such high intensity and high loads to doing nothing. The mental game there is really hard, but just give your body the time that it needs. And then the other thing would be to reach out, use your support system, and be okay with asking for help and talking to other people. I think would be the biggest thing. It was something I probably struggled with right at the start. But yeah, just really allowing yourself to lean on those around you, because you will need it. I think an injury like that, or a big injury, any kind of injury really, no matter where you are or what level you're playing at, it can be more mentally taxing than physically. And so that mental side of things is huge. So really reaching out and leaning on people around you.
When you had that injury setback, did you think that was it?
Not initially, no. There were definitely points throughout the kind of recovery process and stuff where I was kind of probably leaning towards that. I don't know if I can return to play. I think it was a tricky one because there was just constant setbacks. There was never really a known timeline, I guess, of how long it would take. And so when you kind of go into it thinking, okay, well, I might have been given a timeline of 2 weeks and then we'll be doing this and this, and then you kind of get towards the end of those 2 weeks and you weren't where, or I wasn't where we thought I was going to be. So then it would be like, okay, another 2 weeks. And so definitely there were points where I wasn't sure. I would say the second time around, there was definitely points where I wasn't sure if I would come back to playing, especially kind of at the level that I was playing at before I got injured. I definitely had points where I did think I wouldn't come back, and I think that I had points, especially I have said, I think if I was to have redone it when I did return, that this time, that time around, it would have been too much, I think. which is something that I spoke to my coaches about. I had some pretty big decisions to make team selection wise towards the end of last year when I was kind of on that brink of returning but not quite ready. It became my decision, not a physio or management decision, whether I was going to go away to tournament. And obviously I really wanted to go, even though I knew that I probably wasn't ready. And I think I voiced to my coach that I was like, I think if I was to get injured again, I wouldn't return, I wouldn't play netball again. And so that decision became pretty easy. She made it for me, and just said that I wouldn't go to tournament. So yeah, definitely to answer your question, yes, definitely there were points where I thought there was a possibility I would never play again.
How has Compound Gym helped you on the netball court?
Oh, this space is so good. It's set up perfectly for athletes. I mean, if you look around, like, we've got the track running the whole way down the middle, so it's really cool. We can incorporate that kind of like speed shuttle type stuff into gym sessions. We've got access to some amazing equipment. Bike wise, we've got brand new bikes in here. We've got the assault bikes. I think it's just really set up for that middle ground of kind of general gym, but also athlete use, which is awesome. And the team are awesome. I've become quite good friends with a few of the trainers, and just having that extra support in and around the gym. Even though I have the program and I've worked with trainers in the past, definitely still things that I don't quite know what I'm doing. And so just having access to people and that support who are more than willing to just help out whenever you need.
And if you had advice for newcomers coming into the gym for the first time?
Ask for help. Give everything a try, and yeah, just really ask for help. There's no shame. Everybody starts somewhere, and at least everyone has something that they've never done, or something that's new to them, and so you're better off to ask for help and know that you're doing something properly, than kind of just trying to fudge your way through it. You're going to get results better and faster if you're doing an exercise to the full potential.